This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's Tuesday, which means we're doing a top 5 because it's Top 5 Tuesday. And this week, I thought I'd run through what are my favourite, and this is just a personal list, you understand, my favourite electric guitar modifications or mods. Things that you can do to an electric guitar which enhance its ability to sound the way you want it to sound. Basically, we've all had some experience of modifying our guitars from time to time, and these are the 5 things that I most like to do to mine, starting with
adding a humbucker.
Yes, indeed, adding a humbucker, specifically to the bridge position of a Strat style guitar. Some people have a bit of a purist view about this. It's not a Strat unless it has 3 single coil pickups. And, well, I don't, you know, that's each to their own, basically, but I don't agree. I have never got on with the bridge single coil pickup in a Strat. I always find it sounds too harsh. Right back here at this end of the guitar, where the strings are at their brightest sounding, I just think you need something to warm that up a little bit. Of course, you know, increasingly these days people will wire the bridge pickup on a Strat to a tone control, which is one way of doing it, but I just prefer the fatness of a humbucker back there. You know, it just, for me, just warms the guitar up and gives me another usable position on the switch. Every Strat style guitar I've owned over the years, including this latest one, which is the Sire Larry Carlton S7. Beautiful guitar, by the way. 400 quid plus change. I think I paid $420 for this, and it is a boutique guitar in all but name. Anyway, but every Strat style guitar I've owned over the years, I've always either bought one with a humbucker already in there, or, you know, if it's 3 single coils, I'll throw hot rails or something in just to warm it up. You know, you can get the big fat rock kind of sound. And then when you go to a clean tone, you know, for me, when I go to that next position up from the humbucker, the bridge and middle, you still get that characteristic quacky sort of Strat sound, you know. Like that. It's, you know, you gain the warmth of the humbucker, but you don't lose that sort of that characteristic Stratty sort of sound. So for me, that is probably my favourite mod to do on Strat style guitars. Next,
Chopping a humbucker in half.
Yes, pretty much the polar opposite of what I've just been talking about. Chopping a humbucker in half to get a pseudo single coil sound. Now let's get something out of the way before we go any further. I always say these days single coil switching or chopping a humbucker in half because when I learned my guitar lingo back in the late 70s and early 80s, the action of turning off half of a humbucker, turning off one of the coils to give a pseudo single coil sound, in guitar magazines and in a DiMarzio catalogue that I had back then with quotes from Larry DiMarzio himself, that action was called coil tapping. And it was called coil tapping for years and years and years and years. And then suddenly a few years ago, around about the same time, that people started insisting that we referred to the internet as the cloud. Round about that sort of time, people say, oh, you can't say coil tapping, it's coil splitting. Well, even when I was at college studying electronics, specifically about inductors, you know, if you turn off part of a coil, it's called coil tapping. You know, coil splitting is just, you know, I don't know where that's come from. I've never seen that in an electronics textbook, but anyway, I digress. If you have, whilst I've never got on with the bridge single coil on a Strat, I've always loved that sound on a Telecaster, and this isn't a Telecaster. This is my signature guitar, link in the description, by the way. But I find if you've got the right kind of humbucker in the bridge position of any guitar, especially if it's a fixed bridge guitar, and especially if it's got through body stringing, if you've got the right kind of humbucker, and I find that Alnico 2 humbuckers are good for this, then if you chop it in half, you can get a very convincing single coil sound. Here's the full throttle humbucker. Hit the switch and dial back the volume a little bit. Maybe kind of like this. That'll pass for a humbucker most days of the week, I think. So, you know, on this style of guitar, it's always... computer's bleeping over there for some reason. It's always a good idea to just have that option of chopping a humbucker in half. Next.
The Treble Bleed.
Yes, the Treble Bleed. You know, it's something that some people don't like, and I can't for the life of me figure out why. I can't. Basically, a treble bleed is I'll explain what it is first. Once upon a time, you couldn't really use the volume control on your guitar effectively. You know, you turn it down a little bit and you lose all your treble, and you know you've got a sound like this. And then you turn the volume control down a bit, and suddenly it sounds like, you know, you've lost all of your top end from your signal. I don't know why some people think that is a good thing. It's just never been a particular thing that I find a use for. So Treble Bleed allows you to, it's just a capacitor and a resistor soldered across the terminals on your volume control. It costs pennies to do and takes, you know, 10 minutes or thereabouts. You know, it takes minutes to do and it costs pennies. And suddenly, you know, I've got a nice big fruity overdriven sound. Now I can turn the volume control down and without going anywhere near a pedal or a foot switch or anything like that, I can go from clean to dirty all on the guitar, and that's thanks to the Treble Bleed. So that's another favourite of mine. Next.
The Gilmour Mod.
Yes, indeed, the Gilmour Mod on any Strat style guitar, and this is a Strat style guitar, certainly electrically. You know, you've got the middle pickup there. It's my Nashville Telecaster. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, this guitar, it was lacking one important sound. You know, it's on a Strat you go bridge, bridge middle, middle, middle neck, and neck pickups, and you know this is very much like that. You could never get that characteristic Telecaster tone of the bridge pickup and neck pickup on together, and it seems that it's a sound that David Gilmour is quite fond of, so he had a little switch much like the one I've got on here that allows you to have the bridge and neck pickups on together. So this is just a bridge pickup on by itself. Let's go for a clean sound because this is a Telecaster. Bridge pickup. Flick the switch, I've now got my characteristic middle position Telecaster tone. Like that. And since I've done this mod on this guitar, I'm finding I'm really enjoying the guitar even more than I was before I did it. So there you go, the Gilmour Mod. Next.
The Greeny Mod.
Yes, indeed, the Greeny Mod. What is that then? Well, you probably know the story of Peter Green's famous Les Paul, later owned by Gary Moore and currently in the hands of Kirk Hammett. Excuse me. Basically, as you know, that guitar had one pickup out of phase with the other. which meant when you were on the middle position, then you got a rather characteristic sound, and it's a sound I absolutely love. Now, some people say that that Greeny guitar was like that from the factory. Some people say that you know, there was a repair done on the guitar, and the pickup magnet was put back in the wrong way around, and some people say that the wiring was responsible for it. Who knows? Who knows? There are theories abound, but one thing I can tell you is that you can get that sound via the wiring. I've got it on this tone pot here as a push-push, like that. When I have that pot in the up position, it goes from just sounding like a regular twin humbucker guitar in the middle position, like that. Here's the Greeny sound. Etc. It's a really kind of haunting, beautiful sound, I think, and that's why I like it. Yeah, I think Fender did it on the Baja Telly as well, didn't they? As well, a little while ago. But yeah, and again, it's something that's a relatively easy mod to do if you are handy with a soldering iron, and you get that beautiful kind of haunting Peter Green kind of tone. So that's why I love it. So there you go, folks. Those are my 5 favourite electric guitar modifications or mods. Let me know what yours are down in the comments section below, and we can swap notes, eh? If you enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk music and guitars. What's not to like about that? But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.